What's up, everybody? This is Alex Williams. I'm a senior at Moeller, and I'm a Furman's men's basketball commit.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
Alex Williams, welcome to What's in Your Bag.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Now, listen, you are one of the top players in the greater Cincinnati area, playing for not only one of the best teams in the greater Cincinnati area, the #1 team in the state of Ohio, and I believe at one point, it's maybe still, the #8 ranked team in the country.
Sir.
That's got to be a great feeling. You've put in a lot of work, not only for you individually, but your team to get to that level. And as we go through your journey, we're going to learn more about it through your 3 different items. And so everybody out there that knows, the first item that's in your bag, has to be a pair of shoes. And then the 2 other items could be whatever you want. Now, the beauty of this is I have no idea what items you have. So this is all new to me. So we're going to get to learn each other a little bit. I'm excited to see your items. But first, let's talk about your bag.
All right. So this bag I got my sophomore year. I was number 24 my sophomore year. I recently changed my number. But we just got a whole team bag, and yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the shoes.
Okay, hold on. Before we,
all right,
you changed your number.
Yeah.
So you originally wore 24.
Right.
And you switched to 11.
Right.
Correct? Why did you go from 24 to 11?
I just felt like, so me and my friend had this conversation a while ago. And I was like, yo, I love 24. Like, that's my number because Kobe.
Yeah.
He was a big, inspiration on me. But then I just recently wanted to change because I just wanted to try something different. And he was like, what about number 11? It's like you're number 1 twice. So I was like, that's unique. Like I really like that, and I really mess with that. So yeah, I just called the coach. I was like, yeah, coach, I think I want to change my number. So
and they were like, cool.
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool with it.
Now, have you played well in 11 so far?
Oh yeah, I think I played some of my best basketball in number 11.
What if you didn't play well? Would you go, okay, man, I got to go back to the 2-4?
I probably would. I probably would have to go back. I probably would.
You do like Michael Jordan. Now Michael Jordan wore 45, and then he switched back to 23. You ever heard that story?
Yeah, I heard. I saw the whole series.
Yeah, with The Last Dance.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is a Moeller book bag. So going to Moeller, obviously there's just such a rich tradition with basketball at Moeller.
Mm-hmm.
You made a decision to go to Moeller. You said your brother's a freshman
Mm-hmm.
at Moeller playing basketball. You made a decision to go there. What were your expectations going into Moeller, knowing the past? I mean, the success they've had with state championships and great players that come out of Moeller, and you coming in there. What were your goals and expectations?
I feel like first is always education. I feel like they were top notch in education, and my mom and my family has always stressed to me just no books, no ball. So she put me in that environment because she wanted me to be a better man, and she knows that that'll help me. Being in that environment will help me be a better man. And basketball, I love basketball, and it obviously had a lot of tradition to it. So I just decided to go there because I knew Coach Kramer and I knew how he coached, and I just love this, coaching style. He lets you play. He lets you be a player. He doesn't just label you as you're this. Like, you could just play the game.
Sure.
Right.
Yep. Okay, now let's jump into your items here. We're going to first start with your shoes.
All right.
All right, I'm a shoe guy, so
All right,
what you got for me?
These were for my sophomore year.
Okay.
These are the PGs. It was a tough year because
Now, what year you say these were from?
I think my sophomore year.
Sophomore year. Okay.
That was a tough year because I tore my meniscus in the middle of the season when we were playing St. X. We were we were down there. That's our rival.
Sure.
So we were playing them, and I remember, I think I hit 2 threes before this, and I was like on a roll, like I was going. Then my friend got a steal. I think it was Michael Shipp got a steal. I was running up.
Who's a walk-on at Indiana?
Yeah,
right
walk
now?
on to Indiana.
Yep.
I was running and I got the ball, laid it up. As soon as I went up, I felt something in my knee, like kind of pop.
Yeah.
And so like I instantly was like, oh my gosh, like I couldn't run back. And so I had to get taken off the court. Well, I didn't have to get taken, but I went back to the training room. And the next morning I immediately went to not the hospital, but Beacon, and they said, yeah, you tore your meniscus. So they were like, you can either play or you could get surgery and you'll have to stay out. And so me being me, I didn't want to stay out, so I wanted to play. And I had to wear a brace for a game, and I wore it and it didn't feel right, so I took it off. And then after that, it was just like I just had to play through the pain all year, and I felt like it was kind of risky because if I did, I would have tore it even more.
Sure.
But I feel like it was all for the better because that year we won a state championship, and yeah, it's just I put in a lot of work in these. So
you played through a lot of pain that season. So I know I've been through a lot of knee injuries and I know what that's like. But let's go back to when you first did the knee injury. I remember when I messed up my knee, and I knew when I did it, I was like, man, I'm going to be done for the season. There was a lot of emotion, and I had to go through rehab, and I was questioning myself. When you first did it, were you thinking like, oh man, this might end my season?
Yeah, definitely. When I first did it, I could barely walk. It like when I tried to like run, I just couldn't. Like the pain was just hurting me so bad. So when I first got back to the training room, I was about to start crying because I didn't know what was going on with my knee. I didn't know if it was broke or if I dislocated or did anything to it. And yeah, I was like, man, like God, please don't let this end my season or my career. So yeah.
And you were able to overcome it.
Yes, sir.
And like you were saying, you put a lot of work in.
I put a lot of work in those shoes.
Talk about that work you put in.
Well, we had practice. I used to practice in these every day, but usually before practice, in the mornings before school, I would get up and go work out by myself or with a trainer. And then after school, I'll probably get back in the gym again, just getting up shots by myself. And I just did it like all year round, and I still do it. And I think it just helps me, stay focused.
So when you're working out, all right, what are you focusing on? Because I've heard different players that say, when I'm in the gym and I'm getting up shots, I'm doing sprints, I'm working on ball handling, I'm thinking about this. Some players think about winning that state championship. Some players work out thinking about, I want to be a Division I college basketball player. What were you thinking about when you're putting in all this work and all this grind?
To be honest, I'm really thinking about just getting to the NBA because that's where my
the bigger picture.
Right. I'm really grinding to get to the NBA because there's no other plan.
Yeah.
There's only one plan, and that's getting to the league. It's gonna happen one day. So, yeah, that's all I've been thinking about.
That positive thinking, that positive mindset.
Yeah, I think that plays a big part, like mental. Plays a big part.
I mean, confidence is huge. And when I've seen you play many a times, and when I watch you play, one thing that intrigues me about your game is you look like it's easy to you. Like you never rushed. Even when you shoot, you shoot threes very well. You always seem relaxed and rushed, which tells me you have a high level of confidence. And a lot of times that high level of confidence will come from the repetition and the work, and then, your coaches having a lot of confidence in you.
Right. I just think my coaches actually do have a lot of confidence in me because they see me, work and work and work and work endlessly and tirelessly. Like I just work. That's all I do.
Now, I want to talk about your game a little bit, okay? So when most people see you, they look at you and go, oh man, he plays football.
Right.
He's going to be in the NFL one day. But then they watch you play and they're like, I wasn't expecting that. And I watched a couple videos of you recently. I think there was something on Instagram or Twitter, and you were just knocking down 3 after 3 after 3, shoot the ball so well. Is that funny to you that everyone sees you and you're so big and strong? And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, it's a football guy. He's going to bang me inside.
For
And then
sure.
you're just smooth. Talk
For sure.
about that.
I feel like a lot of people do think I play football just because my body build, I'm just so much bigger than everybody else. But once we step on the floor and they like guard me and they see my shot, we like, oh, like I really got to guard him. Like he can
Yeah.
really shoot the ball a little bit. But yeah, it's just, you know, it is what it is.
So I mean, going back, some coach had to have confidence in you that, I mean, you've pretty much been a big kid for a long time, right? So most coaches stick the big kid down low, go
Right.
bang. But somebody had to have confidence in you shooting 3-pointers.
Yeah, I would say it was definitely Coach Kramer, our head coach at Moeller, and Coach DJ, Coach Danny. He basically pulled me to the side. I think it was my last year. He was like, "Yo, Alex, like we know you can shoot. Like you have the green light." And he says that sometimes this year, like if I'm like being too hesitant on my shots, he'll be like, "You have the green light. Like you know you can shoot the ball. Like you're one of the best shooters." So I think just him giving me that like just makes my confidence build up more and more. So yeah.
Yep, that confidence is key. You won a state championship in these shoes?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
So that's what I'm never throwing those shoes away.
I
Greatest feeling
wouldn't
ever.
either. Not a
Yeah.
lot of people can say they won a state championship in high school. Good stuff, man. Let's see your second item here.
Second item.
Ooh. Yep,
I had to bring it out.
for sure. Why don't you set that right there?
This is a tough one to speak about because for those who don't know, a couple months ago, my former teammate passed away at the UD camp on the UD campus, and I just feel like this shirt like just plays a big role in my career because the way he impacted a lot of people's lives and my life is just so beautiful. And he was the type of person where, you know, you could come to him with anything. He was always positive on the court. He brought energy to the court to everybody. He was a nice person on the, off the court, but when he got on, man, that man was different. He was
Yeah.
a different breed. He was super competitive. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this shirt forever because I'm just carry on his legacy.
Sure. Where were you, and how did you find out that that Michael had passed away?
So, I was driving back home with my friend, and we were at one of my friend's house, and I saw no, I'm tripping. We were all in the locker room. All me and my teammates were all in the locker room when we and he told us right away. This before the principal told the whole school. Coach Kramer told the whole school, and he was like, it was sad to say that Michael Kern had passed away, and we were all in the locker room like bawling our eyes out. We were crying, and then Coach Kramer called everybody up to the football field and was like, "Yeah, I'm sad to tell everybody that, but he passed away." And that day was just one of the worst days of my life because me and him were, I wouldn't say we were best friends, but we were like best friends.
Sure.
So, yeah, that's where I was.
Yeah, that was, I think, tough for not only you guys, but the basketball community. And what's so funny, you know, Alex, is here's a young man in Michael that had such a huge impact on so many people. And let's be honest, he was not the star player at Moeller. He was one of the most important players
Right.
on the court.
Right.
I couldn't even tell you his statistics. I couldn't tell you how many points he scored a game, and that really didn't matter. He was that glue to Moeller basketball.
He was.
And the more and more I watched videos on him after his passing, he was really the glue to the Moeller community. And just such a tragic thing to happen. How has the Moeller basketball community been able to move forward and use basketball as healing during this tough time?
Well, we all, before the season started, we all wanted to dedicate the season for him and his family. But we all just told each other, like, hey, like, whatever you're going through, like, you're not alone. Like, you can call any of us, like,
Sure.
whenever or whatever. And we just all, like, built this strong bond, and it made us closer together, I feel like. We all made a strong bond, like, we were never going to let anybody, you know, behind. We were always going to uplift and, you know, just pull everybody to the side and say, hey, like, if you need anything, just call me. But, yeah, it's been really, it's been challenging, but I think we're getting past it. We're getting past it.
That's one of the beauties of basketball. You have other brothers on the team now that you guys can kind of put your arms around each other and get through this. Can you tell those out there that might be watching this video that are not familiar with what keep going means? And obviously 25 was his jersey number, but what does keep going mean?
For me, keep going. So I was watching a video Mr. Cohen had put on his Instagram, and his father actually passed away when he was younger. So when his father was passing away, like, he was doing a marathon with him that he was running. And before his dad passed, the last thing his dad told him was to keep going.
Yeah.
And that stuck with him, you know, forever. And I feel like keep going means no matter how, you know, no matter how good or bad anything goes, just keep pushing forward, keep going. Don't ever let anything, like, dictate, like, how you are. Just keep going, keep persevering through everything. No, it could be basketball, it could be work at a job or whatever. Just keep going.
Sure. And I'm sure this is gonna be with you. This keep going your entire life. You're gonna take that with you. I know for me, I had a small window of experience with Michael. He played in my AAU basketball program. I loved Michael dearly. Everybody, you know, in our program loved him. He was just such a great kid. He would always, for some reason, he was fascinated with the fact that I'm bald. And he would always come and, like, rub my head. He goes, "So did you shave that every day?" Like,
Oh, man.
And he was just fascinated with it. I'll never forget. And I will never forget this. I was at a Moeller game. I believe you guys played St. X. It was at Moeller. You guys won. After the game was over, I'm standing by, I think, where the trophy case is, and, you know, your guys' locker room's down here, and
Right.
you guys come walking out. And I was waiting on some of the different players, Michael Shipp, some other guys that had played for us, waiting for them after the game to say hello. And I was standing there, and Michael was walking down, and I swear, he had like 10 steps towards me. He had the biggest smile in the world, those 10 steps, like coming to see me. And it made me feel like the most important person in the world. There's all these people around, but he was like looking at me and he was smiling. I feel like he had that effect on so many people.
That's the thing. Like, his smile, like, could light a whole room up.
For sure.
He always, every day before practice and after practice, he would always have a big smile on his face. Like, it didn't matter if he was having a bad day or I don't even know if he had a bad day. Like, the way he was smiling just made me feel like his day was always like good. So he was just always smiling, and it just made me happy just because, like, he was a truly happy guy, and I loved it. I loved him for that.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Well, this is definitely very, very special. So that's your second item here.
Yeah.
Okay, your third item. You texted to me.
Oh yeah, it's on your phone.
So I haven't even looked at it yet. You text this to me, okay? All right. This is you.
Yeah, that's me. That's me when I was younger.
This is you as a baby here. I'm looking.
Look at the legs. Look at the legs.
What is up with the left leg?
I used to have to wear braces.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the foot is almost, and that's you standing
up.
normal.
Right.
Wow. So talk about that. What's going on here?
So when I was born, I couldn't tell you, like, what really happened. I was just born that way. Like, my left foot was just automatically, like, turned in all the way. And so I went to the doctor, and they said that I had to wear braces, and I had to wear braces for a couple years. And I just felt like I brought that as my third item because I had to overcome that adversity.
Sure.
And I didn't even know, like, I don't think my parents knew I was going to be playing any type of sport or doing anything. So, yeah, it was crazy because I couldn't really remember what was going on, but, like, I could really, like, when I saw that picture, I was like, oh my gosh, it just looks nasty. So
I did notice it right
Yeah.
away until you said something.
Yeah.
But you just said something that's key, and that's overcoming adversity.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone in sports has to deal with that. You know, you had overcome some sort of adversity, which in the end, you have to do that in life as well. Overcoming adversity, like every step of the way. And, you know, after you finish up your career at Moeller, you start a new chapter in your life, okay? And tell everyone where you're going.
I'm going to Furman in South Carolina.
In that new chapter, you will face adversity. So you have to then draw back on what did you have to overcome here, this adversity, the adversity of this, and to keep going, and the shoes, remembering that grind. Now you're fortunate, Alex, in that you're going to be playing Division I college basketball. There are not a lot of kids that have that opportunity, and I'm sure you don't take that for granted. What are some of your goals and expectations heading to Furman? We just played my Bearcats, by the way. Played
Yeah.
my Bearcats tough.
We're not going to talk about that right now. We're not going to talk about
My
that.
Bearcats snuck it out, but
Yeah, just a little bit.
very well coached team. Very well coached. A lot of good players. So you going in there, what are your goals and expectations? Because you're starting over now, Alex.
Right. So when I go there, I just want to be able to just make an impact right away. I feel like I can, and I just want to be able to just to be a sponge. You know, talk to older guys, see, you know, what I could do better, like how I can move. You know, just doing stuff like that. Just always being a gym rat, and you know, just building a close relationship to everybody in the Furman community. And yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, for sure, man. So I want to kind of touch back through some of these items here and just, you know, kind of looking through this, which I touched upon. You know, you deal with adversity and, you know, with Michael and to keep going in the grind. To see where you are today, the type of player you are in the program that you're in, it would not be a surprise to me or anybody else out there that you will have a tremendous amount of success at Furman. And something you said earlier, which I think is great for, you know, other young people that are watching this, you have a bigger dream, and that is to play in the NBA. And through, you know, hard work, dedication, all those things, that could come to fruition. I mean, it could happen. And the way you talked, it's gonna happen.
Right. It is. It is. In all God's name, it is.
That's right. But this journey right here tells me that, you know, you definitely could achieve that. Did you watch the NBA draft?
Yeah, I did.
You ever think about you being in that position? Do you ever sit there and like?
I'm not gonna lie to you. When I heard Anthony Edwards' name come up, the first pick,
Yep.
all I heard was first pick in the NBA draft is Alex Williams. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I heard. But
Yep.
you know, it's all in God's timing. So whatever happens, happens.
It will happen.
Yeah.
It will happen. Do you have your outfit ready for the draft?
Nah, man, not yet.
did?
I'm still thinking about a few things, what I could do. You know, what I could do.
Now Alex, you want to make sure you go back and look at the past NBA draft picks and see what they wore. Some guys wore some really bad outfits.
Yeah.
Jalen Rose, bad outfit.
What's the name? Darius Garland, I thought.
Bad outfits.
Yeah. Hey.
So you got to make sure, you got to remember, it's cool to be like hip in the time, but you got to remember like 10 years from now, you don't want that to be a Throwback Thursday pick that people are, they're laughing at.
I know.
Like, oh, Alex. But I'm sure, you know, that dream will come to reality. But I want to say this. I want to say good luck on this season. And my hope is that you guys have an opportunity to win a state championship, not only for your grind, but, you know, also for Michael. I think that will mean a lot to your guys' community, because that's a tough thing, you know, to deal with. And you're going to be, you know, a large, you know, part of that process. So I want to thank you for coming on What's in Your Bag.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, all good. Appreciate it.
No, thank you.
All right, Alex, thanks for coming on the show.
Yep, thank you for having me.
You know, we appreciate it. And part of coming on, Penn Station, our presenting sponsor, gives us a bunch of coupons for free food. I'm sure you like to eat. right?
Yeah.
You're a big time athlete, so big time athletes love to eat. You can go get some free subs, some fries. So when you go to Penn Station, what's in your bag?
Ooh, the Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, the Philly cheesesteak touches.
Oh,
It touches. It touches.
I like that.
It's nice. It's good.
I like that. Get some fries.
Yeah, the fries, they hit.
Yeah,
They hit
for
different.
sure. So you and your brother.
Oh yeah, my brother's
Yeah.
gonna love this. My
Yeah.
brother's gonna love it. He loves Penn Station.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, man. Good. We'll give Penn Station a shout out.
Shout out to Penn Station. Thank you.